everyone, I'm Tabitha, and today we're doing the Ride or Die book tag. Okay, before we start, I want to admit something. I was not tagged in this tag. Yeah, not tagged in the tag. Basically, I saw the tag over on TB Kane's page, which of course I will drop in the comments in case you're not following and you want to be. I loved this. I loved the books he talked about. I decided I really wanted to do this tag. Here's why. If I ever meet somebody new or want to get to know somebody, I feel like the best way to do that is to find out what books are their absolute favorite. What books are their go-to books? And that's exactly what this tag is. So this is a perfect way, not only for me to get to know, or for you to get to know me, but also for me to introduce you to a tag that if you have a channel, you can do, and then let me know you did it so I can get to know you through some of your favorite books. So let's get to the questions. Number 1, The BFF. A book that not everyone likes, but has been with you since the start. You will always love it. So for me, that is definitely The Secret Garden. Yes, it has slow parts. Yes, it has outdated language. Yes, Mary is a brat. But I cannot understate how much I absolutely love this book. This book meant so much to me as a kid. It really did. This was taking a girl in a starring role who knew that she had like this inner bad, sour attitude, and she just didn't know what to do about it. Teenage me could relate to that hardcore. And as an adult, when I reread it, yes, I saw some of the problems other people have with it, but it was like this comfort food that I just fell right back into. And I also can't downplay the fact that friendship is such a huge part of that book, and I loved Deacon. I think he was one of my first favorite characters in a book ever, and still when I was rereading it, I remembered how much I loved his character. So The Secret Garden is my easy answer to that one. Number 2, The Long Drive. A book you'd take on a journey, or if you knew you'd be spending a lot of time unable to move. Think plane, train, or automobile. I would take whatever I was reading at the time. Honestly, I'd probably take my Kindle because there's like probably 40 or close to 40 unread titles on that, so I know it would keep me really good for a long time. But I know that's not the spirit of this list. The spirit of this list is to choose one book that you've read before that you would bring again if you were stuck someplace where you had only that book. So in the spirit of answering the tag, I'm going to say Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, because it's probably my favorite of the Harry Potter books. It's a nice good length, so it should keep me busy for a while, and I don't have a problem rereading those. So I'm going with Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Number 3, The Newcomer, the most recent book you've read that you can't stop talking about. I feel like the speed that I read books at has this answer changing all the time. I'm always talking about books. I am always recommending books. Hello, that's what this channel is about. So this is a hard one for me. Let's see. Flowers for Algernon brought up like a whole new burst of talking about that book and other classics. Kingdom Come brought up this whole new burst of fairy tales and pushing that on everybody who reads fairy tales. Of course, I'm still pushing Mercy Rule on everybody. But I think I have my answer. I think I'm going to go with, again, in the spirit of answering the question, the most recent one that I can't stop talking about is Don't Check Out This Book by the Kleiss sisters. It was an adorable middle grade that made me laugh out loud. It's a great format, awesome characters, and it's coming out here really soon in the next couple months, and it's definitely worth it. So don't check out this book by the Kleiss sisters. Number 4, The Quiet One, the book you reach for when you need some peace and quiet. Again, my honest answer is going to be whatever I'm reading at the moment. But in the spirit of answering this, all right, if I needed a reread that would give me a sense of peace, Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. I think anything by Mitch Albom would qualify as that book that gives me a sense of peace. They have great messages. They're inspirational. They make you feel good, make you appreciate life. But Tuesdays with Morrie is the first one of his that I read, like probably all the rest of you. I think it was his first book. And so it just has that bit of nostalgia thrown in. Plus, it's fast. I'm a mother of two, so those peace and quiet moments they're not usually very long moments of peace and quiet. So I'm going to assume the fact that Tuesdays with Morrie is short would definitely help. So that's my answer. Tuesdays with Morrie. Number 5, The Outgoing One. The book you love to read in public or don't mind keeping with you for antisocial social situations. I feel like entirely too many of the questions on this tag can be honestly answered with whatever I'm reading at the moment. And this one is no exception. I'm such a book nerd. Okay, however, I will say it's fun to carry something around that has like a totally unique title or a weird cover because I love watching people's faces when they try to figure out what I'm reading, and I love the conversations it starts. So one that was really fun for that when I was reading the paperback is Hold Me Closer, Necromancer by Lish McBride. That made so many people come up to me and ask me what it was about. The title catches their interest, the cover catches their interest, and I'm pretty sure it made at least one person start singing Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer to me while I was holding the book. So that one sparks the best conversations out in public, so I'm going with that one. Hold Me Closer, Necromancer. Number 6, The Guilty Pleasure. The book you don't want to justify because it would be too embarrassing, but you love it nonetheless. That's a hard question. Which is to say, I can't answer it with the book I'm currently reading. No, seriously, that's hard. You know why I think that's hard for me? Because I don't think we should ever be embarrassed by a book we read. Ever. I think if you're happy with a book and you're enjoying a book, you should never be embarrassed by it. That being said, I know teenage me was embarrassed by an awful lot of books. So I get the feeling. I just wish we could break out of it. And I feel like I'm to a point in my life now where I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm reading. Deal with it. So that's hard. Just be proud of it. I would say my most controversial bookish opinion still stands as being Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. I love it, and yet it was an unpopular bookish opinion. I did a whole video raving about it, though, so it doesn't fit this category because I am willing to argue with you about it. Because I clearly did in a whole video, which I'll make sure I drop in the comments in case you want me to. So one that I would not really argue with you about. Like if you were like, that's not very good, I'd probably go, that's your opinion. Okay, how about this? I'm probably going to say James Patterson, specifically the things he co-writes, are very controversial. He gets a lot of flack for the fact that he uses co-writers. And I don't think I love them enough that I would argue with you on it. So I have to pick one that I did love, but that I probably wouldn't argue with you on. I'm going to go with Expelled. It was James Patterson, co-written by Emily Raymond. It actually got a title change. I don't know the new title. That's probably the one. That's gonna be my answer. Expelled. James Patterson and Emily Raymond. Number 7, The Stranger. The book no one else seems to have heard of, and you wish everyone had read it so you could talk about it. Well, this is the easiest question on this list. Mercy Rule by Tom Levine. Go read it. Come back and tell me you read it, because we need to talk. Number 8, The Book Was Better. A book you loved, but the film adaptation was awful. Also easy. My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. If you have read My Sister's Keeper and haven't seen the movie, read the book again, ignore the movie. If you saw the movie and didn't read the book, you have to go read the book, because then you'll see what I'm so angry about. Because, oh my God. Anyway, the book was wonderful, the movie was awful. That's my answer. My Sister's Keeper. Number 9, The Author. An author you'll read everything they will ever produce. You trust them completely, whether it's a hardback series of 15 novels or a grocery shopping list. Tom Levine, 100%. I would 100% read Tom Levine's shopping list. I would pay to read it, which is sad. Tom Levine. Number 10, The Tubers. Pick 3 YouTubers, tag them, and let them know they're your ride or die. So I'm taking this to mean YouTubers who I watch regularly and love their channels. I watch videos on writing, I watch videos on reading, which makes sense because I make videos on both. So some of these people might be writers, some of them might be readers, some of them might be both. So go check out their channels because they're definitely, absolutely worth watching. Their content makes me so happy all the time. So I'm going to tag Audrey Henley, Emma Rosen at Emma Rosen Books, and Elle Everhart. Okay, that is it for me and the Ride or Die Books tag. I'm going to drop links to any book reviews that I've posted here that feature books that were answers to these questions. And of course, the Casual Vacancy Unpopular Opinions video, which I mentioned. Let's see. Yeah, if you have other questions for me, make sure you drop them in the comments, even if they weren't specifically about this, because I would be happy to answer them. Also, if you have a channel and you take the Ride or Die book tag, please let me know, because like I said, I feel like the best way to get to know you is to hear what books you think are essential. Drop a comment to let me know you're still here. Hit subscribe and tap that little bell so you know when I'm back. Keep plotting the path to your dreams, and I will see you next time. Bye!